Folks, I want to talk a little bit about current events in the Pokemon world and how it affects us, the collectors. Also, I want to talk about how you can get around a lot of the problems in the hobby and actually enjoy collecting again. So, I've built a $90,000 Pokemon collection over the past 2 years, but I didn't build it chasing hype or expensive cards. I leaned into chasing cards I actually wanted for my collection, and it's been a blast building the collection. Obviously this is a boxed video in the background, but I wanted to try something a bit different this time and talk about how Dran, aka me, feels about all the craziness out there in the hobby. This video is also for the new Pokemon collectors out there who are maybe a little overwhelmed by the sticker shock from the price of even trying to get product. Trust me, I get it. I want to open packs too, but I can't even freaking find any. Literally every store I've gone to in the past month has been sold out of pretty much all Pokemon packs. If I walk into Walmart, they might have like a theme deck or two left on the shelf, but 0 packs. I'm frustrated because the 2 sets I've been the most excited about since Crown Zenith came out, those being Prismatic Evolutions and Destined Rivals, are immediately bought up by scalpers. Like, I totally have a video coming out soon telling my very own story of seeing a scalper in the wild literally taking everything off the shelves in a local Walmart. Literally as the employee put the stuff on the shelf. These scalpers need to go back to sneakers and Taylor Swift tickets, I'm sorry. But it's not all doom and gloom in Pokemon right now. Prices are ridiculous, but you can still have fun with this hobby, trust me. So a creator I watch a lot, actually someone I've watched since she was much smaller, posted a video recently called, "Can Pokemon Cards Still Be Fun?" Her name is Kyra, and a lot of her videos have just blown up recently because she slings a lot of truth in her videos. Go definitely check her out and subscribe to her channel. But I also want to give my own spin on the idea too that she talks about in her most recent video. So I'm a pretty hardcore collector, but I'm not seeking the cards you may think. I'm actually picking up the cards people are overlooking right now. Kyra sums it up pretty well. Don't chase the FOMO. My response to that is simply adding chase the cards that you actually want, not the ones that are the most valuable, aka the cards that people are hyper shilling right now on YouTube. What I'm doing right now is getting all the old WotC era cards I wanted as a kid. I really do want a Sunbreon for my collection and a PSA 10, but I am in absolutely no rush to get one right now. And that's because that card is so inflated in value right now, it's almost impossible to get for a reasonable price. And the price on it is still going to crash quite a bit when Prismatic becomes more available. So what am I getting instead of that? I'm actually going after PSA 8 and 9 WotC First Edition holographic cards. From a collecting perspective, these cards are so much fun to get for me because 10-year-old me in the 90s really wanted to have some first editions, but I really couldn't get any. Honestly, go watch Kyra's video and you'll see what I'm getting at here. I'm not chasing these cards because they're valuable, I'm chasing them because I always wanted them as a kid, and no one is really hyper shilling them right now. People are kind of overlooking vintage cards right now. The vast majority of Pokemon collectors are chasing the latest and greatest new sets. But with all the attention on modern, guess where people aren't buying as much, where people aren't looking? The vintage market. So depending on your budget, you can look at unlimited old cards too. A lot of times you can pick up an 8 or 9 unlimited holo for like 50 bucks. And it could be something really good too. And these cards really don't have as much risk of dropping in value as the modern stuff does, for you investors out there. I'm not really in the Pokemon collecting hobby for money, but for those who are interested, there you have it. And also, for you folks who just want cards to put in a binder, getting a PSA 8 and cracking the slab and putting the card in your binder is valid too. These cards are actually in pretty nice condition. I've noticed that all the hype of the Pokemon hobby has made people want to only really focus on graded 10 cards. So in most cases, a PSA 8 or 9 for a WotC era card is usually still pretty affordable. It's less than a raw card off a TCG player. That's why when you guys see me do these boxed videos, thank you Boxed for sponsoring this video, I almost never withdraw raw cards anymore. Ask yourself, why would I want a modern special illustration rare instead of a PSA 8 Blastoise? That modern SIR is going to tank in value at some point as new sets come out and demand drops. With exceptions, of course. But that Blastoise is 25 years old. It's going to hold its value better, plus it's just plain cooler than mass-printed modern cards. But remember also, everyone's different. Everybody has different tastes. This is kind of my 2 cents on things. Some people may want to go original EX era or black and white era and focus on cards from when they were kids. That's okay. Do you. Collect what makes you happy, not what makes everyone else in the hobby happy. So I've personally been starting to dabble into other older sets like Prime cards and Gold Stars, even original EXs. And I've especially been picking up some cool old promo cards. So my advice, find something you like and collect it. I love the old WotC promos because they didn't just come in collection boxes, they actually had stories attached to them. Like the movie promo Mew, for example, you had to go to a movie theater and actually watch the movie to get that card when I was a kid. And that Hollow Meowth actually came with a Game Boy game. Probably one of the coolest ones I've found so far is the Venusaur that actually came in a freaking magazine. I remember hunting for these magazines as a kid in Kmart, and I guess kids had gone through all of them and like stole the promos out of them. I didn't do that. The point is, there are so many awesome old cards out there to discover that people are just not looking at right now because they're so hyper fixated on modern cards. I mean, check out the CD promo starter evolutions in Japanese too. These are absolutely gorgeous cards that actually do have some value. This is exactly what Kyra was talking about in her video. Find something you like that isn't being scalped to the moon and go after it. Have fun with it. Take it from me, you'll honestly have a lot more fun doing that than chasing the next Sunbreon or Magikarp illustration rare. You don't have to follow whatever the big names on YouTube are currently shilling. Do you, boo. Anywho, I gotta pay the bills. What I've been doing in the background here is called Box.gg, the sponsor of today's video. They have digital Pokemon mystery boxes that you can open to get real cards, or hoard your box pulls like I do, and trade them for slabs. And you guessed it, most of my collection actually came from Boxed. And actually trading in raw cards I pulled on Boxed for slabs on the Box.gg marketplace. Check them out, I have a ton of content on how to get the most for your money on Boxed, and also feel free to use my affiliate code DRANCARDS for 5% bonus gems on Boxed. It does help the channel out quite a lot when you do that. Boxed overall has been pretty great, and I've spent a ton of my own money with them before I even started doing sponsored videos with them. So make sure you check out my tutorials if you decide to give it a try. Make sure you also subscribe too, because I do also do Boxed gem giveaways on the channel. Basically, free gems equals free boxes opened equals free cards. Who doesn't love free cards? Remember also that Boxed is 18+, so just keep that in mind. So the background video was me trying a bunch of user-created Forge custom mystery boxes on Boxed. A mix of Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and One Piece TCG. Things my subscribers made to share with me. Thank you everyone who sent me your Forge boxes to try out. Tried out 10 user-made custom boxes, and I put about $100 into each one to see which one gave me the best overall total pull value. So at the end of it, Pokemuse, your box had the best hits for the money today. Basically, it won with the Leafeon alt art that I pulled, and that was about 19,266 gems, or about $192 worth of card value pulled. Pokemuse, surprise, you've won 2,500 gems? Reach out to me on Discord and I'll get you those gem codes sent to you. Box people, if you want to see me do more community Forge box openings like this, with prizes, drop a like and a comment. That's going to be it for today, folks. Thanks for watching.